Welcome! I'm going to show you how to edit the Onesie Mockup with painted wood backgrounds in Photopea. First go to photopea.com in any web browser. I'm using Google Chrome just because it worked a little faster in Safari, so if you're having trouble with your web browser you might want to check out Google Chrome. And once Photopea is open, just double click Open from Computer, then find the mockup. It's going to open for a few seconds. And once this finally loads, we're going to be using this handy layers panel right here. To insert your design on the onesie, just click the arrow next to onesie. That'll expand the layer group, and then double click the thumbnail icon in the design-onesie front layer, and this will open up a smart object where you can copy and paste your design. To do that, we'll go to File, Open, and find the design. Then we'll go to Select All, and then Edit, Copy. And we'll click back on the Smart Object tab and go to Edit, Paste. If you need to resize this, just hold on the Shift key to keep it proportional, and then just click and drag any of the four corners. And once you've got it sized, you can just go to File, Save Smart Object. Then it's going to update the smart object, and then you can click the X to close the smart object and the original graphics, and you'll see it put the design on the onesie just like that. There are a whole bunch of different parts of this onesie that you can edit and change, so make sure that the eye icon next to more designs and colors is turned on, and then click the arrow next to more designs and colors, and you'll see we can double click the thumbnail icon in the color trim layer to open up the color picker. You can change the color of the trim here by clicking anywhere in this rainbow slider, and then clicking the gradiated box to change the lightness and darkness of that color, or you could enter in color values if you know them, and then when you've got your color, click OK. See all the different pieces here. You can change the design and color of the left shoulder, the left sleeve, the right shoulder, the right sleeve, the bottom here, the inside, and of course the front. With the inside design, I've got the opacity of this layer set to less than 100, so it'll kind of look like it's showing through the other side of the fabric. If you want to change that, just click on the design-inside color or the design-inside layer, and then click the down arrow next to opacity. And you can drag the slider to the right to change it to be totally opaque, or the left to make it more subtle and transparent. You can also change the color of the whole onesie if you want to do that. Just double click the thumbnail icon in the color-onesie layer. The color of these buttons here can also be changed. So we'll click the arrow next to buttons, and then double click the thumbnail icon in the color-buttons layer to open up that color picker once again. If your onesie doesn't have any buttons on it and you don't want buttons, you can just click the eye icon to turn the buttons off. You can increase the contrast of the shading on the onesie if you have an especially bold or bright design. To do that, click this eye icon to turn that layer on, and then click on the more shading layer, and click the down arrow next to opacity, and drag the slider to the right to make the shading more contrasty, or to the left to make it more subtle. You can also adjust the darkness of the shadows underneath the onesie. To do that, we'll click the arrow next to Shadows Under Onesie, and then click on Cast Shadow, and click the arrow next to Opacity. You can drag the slider to the right to make the shadows darker, or the left to make them more subtle. And you can change the color of this painted wood background. To do that, click the arrow next to Backgrounds, and then the arrow next to Painted Wood, and we'll click the eye icon next to Color Dash Background to turn the color on. And then we'll double click the thumbnail icon in the Color Dash Background layer. And so you can pick any solid color here, or we can enter color values if we know them. I also included a bunch of pre-built colors. So if you wanted to use one of those, you could just click the arrow next to pre-built colors and toggle the eye icons on and off just to go through all the different colors. So there's many different options in this mockup. You could create a ton of different mockups of all your designs from this. So you got red, orange, green, blue, purple, pink, light gray, gray, and then you can choose any color you want in this one. If you wanted to have a version with just a pure white background, you could click the eye icon next to Painted Wood to turn that off, and then save a version with the white background. So that's really all there is to editing the onesie with painted wood mockup in Photopea. Please message me at melissabmockups.com if you have any questions. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you get updates to future videos. And as always, this mockup and other mockups are available at melissabmockups.com. Thank you.